Hello, today you have Miss Thomas as your sub. I just wanted to quickly go over the reduced amounts for the oatmeal raisin cookies that you're going to be making. So you should have already planned, and Miss Thomas passed out your plan sheet. So if you could just follow along with the reduced amounts of what you're going to be pre-measuring today. You're only pre-measuring. So if you recall, each ingredient is going to get its own separate baggie. You're going to write the name of the ingredient right on the baggie in the little sandwich baggies. Then each little sandwich baggie is going to go in one big gallon baggie. Once everything is measured, you're going to fold your recipe and you're going to put it into your gallon baggie. Miss Thomas will have a pan, a big hotel pan for you to store your pre-measured ingredients in once they're in the gallon baggie. All right? So if you could just follow along with your amounts to make sure that you have the correct amounts. If you have one wrong, just please correct it. All right? So the first ingredient you're going to be measuring out is the all-purpose shortening. The all-purpose shortening is the fat in this recipe, and you're going to be measuring 1.5 ounces. Okay, so on your scale, you're going to measure 1.5 ounces. All right, make sure that your scale is in ounces. The next ingredient is brown sugar, and again, 1.5 ounces is what you're going to be measuring. The granulated sugar is also 1.5 ounces. Now, I don't want the sugars combined, so please make sure that they are put in separate baggies. All right. Then you're going to measure half of an egg. So how are you going to do that? All right. So you're going to take one egg, you're going to put it in a small bowl, and you're going to whisk it up. You're just going to beat it all up so the egg white and the egg yolk are combined. Then you're going to put a separate bowl on your scale, zero it out, weigh your egg. Whatever your egg weighs, you're going to divide that in half and keep half of that weight. Give the other half to the other pair at your table. All right? So weigh that, crack the egg, beat it up, weigh it, and then divide that amount in half. That's how I want you to do it, just to make sure it's the most accurate amount of a half an egg. All right? Then you're going to measure 1.5 teaspoons, little t, of the orange juice. All right? Flour. When you reduce it in half, you should get 1.75 ounces. However, your scale will not let you measure that way. It will only let you have one single number after the decimal. So I want you to weigh 1.8 ounces. So you're essentially just rounding it up, 1.8 ounces. All right? Then a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. All right? Then your allspice is just a pinch. Your nutmeg is just a pinch. All right? Now what you can do is all of these ingredients here, right here, that I'm highlighting, those can be combined in the same baggie. All right? Those can be combined in the same baggie. Then your regular oats. So if you look at the regular amount, it says a half a pint. All right, so most of you wrote on your plan sheet a quarter pint, but you can't measure that in your bin. All right, so you have to recall your equivalent that 1 pint equals 2 cups. All right, so when you know that, then you know a half pint equals 1 cup. You're reducing the 1 cup in half. So when you measure your oats, you are going to be measuring a half cup of oats. A half cup of oats. All right? A half cup of oats. And then the last two things are your raisins. You need to measure, all right, 1.5 ounces of regular raisins, and then it says 1.5 ounces of golden raisins. Just for the sake of money, you are just using regular raisins. So altogether, you are going to just be measuring 3 ounces of raisins. 3 ounces of raisins. And actually, that's 2 packets of raisins. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't like raisins, then simply don't take the raisins and you'll just make oatmeal cookies. All right. If you like raisins, then you'll take 3 ounces of raisins, which is 2 packets. So remember, we're replacing the golden raisins with regular raisins. So it's just, double up on the regular raisins. All right. If you are confused about anything, ask Miss Thomas, or just you'll finish measuring tomorrow. All right. Just a quick review. At your table, you're going to have this little guide sheet, and Miss Thomas will be walking around to make sure that you know what you're doing. You're going to be at each table. There's one scale, all right. So it should be already plugged in. You're going to turn it on. Remember, before you weigh anything, you always zero it out before you put anything on it. That make sure it's in the correct unit, which is going to be um, ounces. All right, is what you're doing. Every time you put a bowl on it, zero it out, and then you weigh your ingredient. Once you take that off and put your ingredient in the baggie, put the bowl back on, zero it out again. So before you weigh each ingredient, make sure you're always zeroing it out. All right. When you are done with your pre-measuring, make sure you clean up. You let Miss Thomas check your bin, and then you are going to start on your measuring in a bake shop activity. Which looks just like so. All right. So you will file and make a copy of this document, which I will send you via email, and you will complete it. Whatever you don't finish on this worksheet today, you will finish tomorrow. If you have any questions, let Ms. Thomas know or email me. Thank you.